Today we're going to open up these boxes. Auxbeam was kind enough to reach out to us, asking us if we would do a demo and an install and a true rating, how we feel about their products. We're going to go ahead and open this guy up first. There we go. Box here. Okay, it looks like we have to open it up this way. Here we go. Nothing else in the box here, just protection to make sure everything is nicely packaged. Here we go. An Auxbeam sticker, booklet giving you a simple how to install, which is really good. We have hardware here. We have these lights here, really heavy, nice construction. Okay, I see how it mounts up on the hardware. We got two of these lights. We have our wiring kit. Your wiring harness here. Your 40 amp relay, not a 30, it's a 40 amp relay. You got your wiring harness, your toggle switch, power and ground, a fuse. Let's see what's in the fuse. A 30 amp fuse. The green is 30 amp. That's a 30 amp fuse. And these plug into these guys here, like so. Really nice construction here. Looks like it's well on its way to being waterproof there. I need better fingernails. Okay, we got that one off. Now we're going to open up the switch panel box. Oh, here we go. This nice packaging, mounting brackets at the bottom of the foam. Okay, to make sure you don't lose any hardware. Mounting brackets are underneath. Here we have another sticker, and it looks like of the little labels that go on the buttons, along with the installation manual. Yes, these are the labels that go on the buttons. Here's your another sticker. Here's your installation manual. We have our switch panel here. Small footprint, I like. Here's where we put our labels, power switch. Oh, this is really nice panel here. This is our circuit breaker. Looks really nice. It's going to go really good looking in the truck there. This is the cover. I'm assuming this is the cover that goes over the switch panel. It'll fit perfect on there, which it looks pretty nice right now. Yeah, this to add onto the fuse block. We'll see. Ours is an older vehicle. I don't know if it'll fit. Here's your mounting hardware for the switch panel. If you do a surface mount, I don't think I can get a flush mount of that panel inside the truck. If I could, I would. But it looks like it's going to have to be surface mount. And here's your hardware for it. Here's another wire power cable for the switch panel. Nothing here. And here is our fuse block. Look at this. Wow, really flat. This goes on the battery. You got your ground, your power, 8 fuses, and your outlets. That's where you have this here where it says 720 watts maximum power to 1400 to help prevent from melting wires. And these are the fuses, the corresponding fuses. You have 230 amps, 220s, 210s, 25s. And this is where you plug in the harness. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, we're missing something under here. That's right. Ah, here it is right here. Here's your other mounting brackets that they were talking about for the fuse block. And I know we were missing this here. This is your main wiring harness. You got zip ties in here. This here is the wire that's going to alleviate all my issues. This is going to go plugged into the panel here, and this end is going to go plugged in to this wire here. So now everything is going to run from these outlets here. Once this is on here, you're just going to have wires sticking out of here. Here's your power wires for the battery and ground. Really nice. And we're going to jump on it, start with install.
All these wires you see here are coming out of the engine bay on the other side of the firewall, including the solenoid that you see here. Inside the cab, under and behind the dash, we're removing all this wiring, including our old switch panel that you see here.
For my application, the brackets didn't work. I have to use these here.
Here we have some split loom that we're going to add to help better protect some of the cables on this install.
This red wire, and this black wire here is where the split loom is going to come into effect. We just done this small wire here, which is running the 4-pin and the accessory wire back into the cab. After looking at it a little bit further, I believe these labels are on backwards. This sticker here is the one that goes on this side, and the one that's on this side actually goes over here. Here on the actual box. On the box it says 4321, but on the labels it says 5678.
Here we're wrapping up our harness wires to the fuse block, along with the remote wires to power both the winches. This helps eliminate some of the wiring clutter up under the dash.
Okay, what we have here is the Auxbeam AR-820 control panel. Everything's wired up. Here's the cool thing about it. You have an app that controls the colors and the brightness of the screen. Well, there you go. If I push the right buttons, huh? I kind of prefer the blue to match everything else I have in the truck. This is the locker enable for my air lockers. It's working there. It'll cut off in a second. This is for the whip lights. This is my roof lights. This is my side lights. This is the power for the front and rear winches. This is the rear one. If I turn it off, the buttons don't work. This is the front bumper lights. And this here is the interior. There you have it. If I turn on multiples, I can turn them off and on with this button here. Everything turns off. Everything turns back on. There you have it. Okay, the truck is up and running. It's operational. Everything is on the switch panel. As you can see, all the lights are off. Here's the roof lights, the interior lights. I'm gonna hit the one button and everything's gonna turn on, including the RPMs on the engine are gonna change because the air compressor to air up the tires kicks in. There you go, the RPMs drop. The ARB compressor on, the dome lights are on, the roof lights are on. I cut everything off. And everything's back to normal. I just wanted to point this out. I didn't want to leave the gap in here, so I used the foam from the box to insulate that and make it like a filler. Here we're using the Bluetooth to control the side lights, the roof lights, and the bumper lights. In any variation sequence, however you may want to use it, that the Bluetooth can handle in any variation, however you want to do it. Here we control the whip lights through the control panel via the Bluetooth. Here we turn on our air system through the control panel, which is one of the bling blings in off-road. So remember, if anybody is interested in getting an Auxbeam, this is what it can do to make your rig a more sophisticated off-road vehicle. Here we have our Auxbeam circuit breaker and our Auxbeam fuse block with all the circuitry going to it. In case you're wondering, this fuse block powers other equipment in the vehicle, and for the time being, that remains installed in the vehicle. Okay, folks. First of all, I'd like to say we were unable to use these white lights. We're hoping for yellow and amber. We should be able to use these in the future and post a video. For those of us that want to add lighting to our vehicle, whether it's rock, flood, spot, beam, whip, or any accessories you may want to add, I truly recommend you get a switch panel control kit. It doesn't advertise as a control kit, but it really is a kit. It comes with all hardware necessary to mount the switch panel and the fuse block. That truly makes it a kit. So remember, when you start your lighting install, the first thing I recommend is to get a switch panel, so that way once you have that in your vehicle and you want to add lights later, all you do is mount your lights, run your wires to the fuse block, and you're set. You can do everything with this, and I truly recommend you get something like this for your vehicle. Once again, we'd like to thank Auxbeam for their generosity, reaching out to us and asking us to do this video. Thanks for watching. Be safe. Remember to keep shiny side up, greasy side down, and see you on the trails.